What do I expect, or what will I find? What I will find invariably is a nervous student who's very excited. I guess what I expect is that they are motivated. I understand that they're nervous, and I understand that they're excited. But I ask them to try and engage with the clinical area, whichever area they've been placed in. I like to see them motivated and to ask questions, and not to try and hide what they don't know, because it is a learning environment, and we need to deal with what they don't know.
I expect firstly that the students on their first clinical will be enthusiastic, because that's so important. If someone's got an interest in learning, they will progress so much more. If the people they're working with, they're asking them lots of questions, that will really help. Of course, they need to be prepared. That's very important. They need to have their stethoscope, their pens, all the equipment they'll need for their criminal record check and their vaccinations. And they'll need to be on time. A good way of preparing for that is to, look up the day before the public transport, so they're on time and they're well prepared. And also, if they need to look at their subject outline, so they're aware of all the questions that they're going to be going through, if they can be fairly well-rounded on their topic, they can make the most out of their clinical as well, because they can make the most of opportunities as they arise on the ward and let the other students know about them as well.
I'd expect students to have reviewed the subject content, be aware of what their specific learning objectives are. On the wards, you're not going to be necessarily allocated the ward related to your subject, and you're also going to be presented with a whole lot of learning opportunities. I think take as many as you can, but focus on what your subject content is, and making the most of practicing the skills that you need to practice. I would expect that you do have some basic understanding of the principles of the skills that you're attending, and what your objectives are.